Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's bright and early, daily discipline, mind, body, and soul. This is how we get through. Let's get into today's topic. I want to talk about relationships today. I probably don't talk about relationships nearly enough. How you handle and manage your relationships is some of the most important things in your life. It's the key to success. Having good relationships is the key to success. I got a list of like 6 things that I wrote down on morning studies when I was brainstorming on this topic. So let's just go over this list. It's some basic stuff that you may already know, but people need to be able to keep these things in mind and practice these things. These are surefire ways to have a good relationship. So let's just get into it. The first thing I wrote down is obvious. Some of these are obvious, but you know you're not doing it. Keep the romance alive. Are you really keeping the romance alive? A lot of us will be very romantic in the courtship phases leading up to a relationship, and maybe in the first couple months, maybe the first year of your marriage or of your dating. And then, I don't know what happens to us. We just get used to you. You just become a part of our lives, our daily schedule. We take you for granted. I don't know. And a lot of the romance stops. I found myself falling into this same pattern. I'm not as lovey-dovey as I was last year. I just kind of settle into a relationship. And this is a problem. You meet these husband and wives who don't really like each other, boyfriend and girlfriends who've been around each other too much, too long possibly, and they just don't even really seem to have that desire for each other. Maybe you let yourself go. You were all working out in the beginning and now you're not. You already got her, so what does it matter? You want to do some things to keep the romance alive. One of the things that you can do to keep romance alive is to maintain yourself, self-care, self-love, to stay in good shape, stay healthy, look good for your partner. Don't just wear sweatpants and t-shirts every time you see her. Look good for her, like you did when you first met her. The same thing goes for women. I'm not letting women off the path. I'm not letting women off, the hook on this topic. A way that you can keep the romance alive is by going on fun dates. Forget this Netflix and chill shit every single night. Let's order a pizza, watch a movie. If we feel horny, we'll fuck and then just go to bed. I mean, you can do that sometimes, but go on more dates. Schedule dates every month, every week. Go on dates all the time. And fun things, do fun things. Treat her like a queen when you're out with her. Respect her, open doors for her. Another thing that you can do to keep your relationship alive, to keep your relationship strong, because that's what we're talking about, is to truly want the best for the person that you're involved with. Not just for yourself. You're not always just trying to get yourself successful and bring them along. You want what's good for them, what's truly good for them. And that means you're going to have to get to know them. What I want for you is different than what you want for you. And what I think is best for you might be different than what's actually best for you, because what's best for you has to include and be mostly what you want. So want the best for them. That means that you encourage them. Encourage them to learn, encourage them to grow, encourage them to move forward, encourage them to face their fears, encourage them to do things for themselves, to take care of themselves. And when you want the best for someone else, it breaks beyond some of your selfishness. When two people want the best for each other, you really create a strong relationship, a strong bond. Another way to make your relationship better keep your relationship alive, is to know your roles. We each have a role in our relationship as alpha and beta, as leader and follower, as masculine and feminine, man and woman, husband and wife. It's good to have clearly identified roles. I'm the man, you're the woman. It's so obvious, but it may not be expressed in obvious ways. You may be in a relationship with somebody who is in a power struggle with you, who's trying to dominate you, tell you what to do, order you around, who knows what, tell you how to think, how to feel, how to act. It's important to establish this type of pecking order and this type of relationship in the very beginning, in the courtship phases, when you're getting to know people, of what your roles are. Otherwise it gets confusing. Communication is the key. To have a good relationship with somebody and keep your relationship alive, you have to keep communicating and communicate openly, and do this from the beginning and never stop, and always look for ways to connect with somebody and to communicate with somebody. Have conversations where you listen. Guys, listen. It's not just going through the motions of asking her about her day or how her sister is. Really listen to her. And pay attention to those things that she says. When you hang out with somebody and somebody says something that's a little bit off, but you may just let it go. When you're in love with somebody, pay attention to those things. They may be signs and signals. Somebody may be sending, even unwittingly, sending a help flag out. And you might just be letting it blow over. Well, we all got problems. No. Stop and do your job as a man and see what's going on with her. Communicate openly also means to be completely honest and to not hold secrets back. Don't have a secret persona. Don't have a secret belief system. Don't have a secret life. Some guys have a whole secret life. What the hell's wrong with you? Be open and honest. If you can't be completely open and honest with at least one person and let your guard down, get rid of all that bullshit, then you have problems, man. You need to be able to be completely open and honest with your woman, and she needs to be able to be this way with you. So these are ways to identify if this relationship is healthy or not, if it's on the right track or not, possibly if it's gone completely off the track and maybe isn't worth saving. If someone can't be honest with you, there's a huge problem. There needs to be complete and total honesty. I've dated women where both of us, it wasn't reciprocal. The honesty wasn't reciprocal. And just on a very basic level, it's not like there was anything manipulative or deceitful going on. We just didn't open up enough. And I remember with one woman that I dated years ago, we broke up and had that breakup conversation, which can be very powerful. The breakup conversation sometimes can be the most powerful conversation you have. I got to know her better in that breakup conversation than I had gotten to know her for the 3 or 4 years that we dated. And I was just like, I'm learning things about you right now that I never, ever, ever knew. Why didn't I know this when I dated you? Be honest. Communicate openly. I think it's one of the most important things we'll talk about right here. It's important, people think this is silly, but it's important for both parties in a relationship to want peace and happiness. Not everybody wants peace and happiness. Some motherfuckers will say that shit and forget what people say. Everybody, even some drama-filled loser, will tell you, oh, I want peace and happiness. Do you really? Look at your life. Look at how you go around and how you navigate and how you interact with people, how you go online and run your fucking mouth about people and talk bad about others and all this stuff that you do to sabotage your happiness. And then you sit here and say that you want peace and happiness? No, you fucking don't, you lying son of a bitch. You want to be able to hook up with somebody, connect with somebody. I hate to use that word hook up. People have this connotation with it now. where both of you truly want peace and happiness for yourself in life. And when that is a value of yours that drives you, things like arguments and bitterness and annoyances, they just go away. You just laugh at that stuff. The last one I'll talk about, and I can talk about each one of these things for much longer, is very simple. Stop complaining about her. And for girls, for women, it goes the same way. Stop complaining about him. I go to the gym 6 days a week. I talk to the same group of guys that I see there pretty much every day. A common topic of conversation is to complain about their old lady. Guys like to complain about their old ladies. Just get it all out. There's one guy, this older guy, he never ever complains about his wife, ever. Never once. I've heard every one of the other little group of dudes that I see there complain about their wives. This one dude never does, ever. Never once, ever. Never has a bad thing to say, and it's just like he's either in a perfect relationship or he's crazy. But what some men believe is that you never dishonor your woman in public. You never air out your dirty laundry. Even if it's just a silly annoyance that might be funny for bringing up in conversation, you don't disrespect your lover, your right hand, the person that's attached to you, your main go-to person. You can talk about your brother-in-law, that asshole across the street or on the other side of the fence. But your woman, she's your queen, and you honor your queen, and you don't say nothing bad about her, and you don't let nobody else say anything bad about her, even if it's her sister. And her sister can say, "Oh, that's my sister," and you can say, "That's my woman." I don't care if it's your fucking sister. Stop talking bad. Stop complaining. Stop running your mouth in negative ways about your significant other, and honor them. It's just food for thought. Thanks for watching.